All right, everybody, welcome to the Working Fans Combatcast. And today we got a special guest, special interview. 3-0 Bantamweight, the mighty Mateo Gonzalez. And he's got a fight coming up October 14th. Mateo, thank you for doing the interview, man. How you feeling?
Man, I appreciate you guys having me on, man. I feel amazing. I feel blessed to be here. I'm hungry. I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Hey, right off the bat, right? What got you into MMA? Like, what got you as a fan? What got you interested in this?
Man, what got me as a fan, man, every time there'd be a big pay-per-view UFC match, we used to go to my uncle Jimmy's house, man, and he'd always buy the pay-per-views. We used to watch the Chuck Liddells, the Rampage Jacksons, the George St. Pierre's, BJ Penn, and like all those big name fighters, the Cain Velasquez, Brock Lesnar's, man. We used to go over there every time it'd be at a big event. My family would get together and we'd always just watch fights together. That's kind of how we bonded, growing up.
Yeah, so I got a chance to watch some of your fights earlier on. You seem pretty well rounded? Do you have a favorite discipline that you like to go to?
So I started off boxing whenever I was a kid. I was about 13 or so. The boxing was my first love, and then once I transitioned to jujitsu, man, jujitsu's it's my bread and butter now, man. That's like my biggest that's my biggest strength. For the longest time, that's what I lacked, and when I linked up with John Moore, he turned me into a jujitsu and wrestling machine, and man, now I love it.
That's awesome, man. Now, how did you end up breaking in? Were you in contact with John, or did you know somebody? Like, how did that start?
Man, so what happened? Man, I was liking jujitsu the early part of my career. I was mainly just known as a striker, and I took two losses back to back, and I was kind of upset on how my amateur career was going. So I took a year off. I was young, so I tried college out, and I really didn't like it too much. And my former coach, he had told me TJ Wahlburgers' father-in-law is going to start teaching at the gym.
Mm.
And of course, me growing up, I used to watch TJ, fighting the UFC and all that. And for me, to be able to meet his father-in-law, I was like, man, I'm coming back to the gym this week. And then I dropped out of college and I started training again. And John sparked that fire back into me. And it was just all word of mouth and how I met him. When I first went back to the gym, I saw he was, the only time I've seen John was on TV, and then I saw a short little plump man in the ring, getting a fighter ready for an upcoming fight. And John welcomed me with open arms, and we've been together ever since. We've been going strong for about 5.5, 6 years now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's an important relationship to have for sure.
Oh yeah, man, that coach and student relationship that we have, man, he treats me like a nephew, and I treat him like an uncle.
Mm-hmm.
John can tell me to do something, man. Like he can just tell me to do a move, and I'll get it right each and every time.
We were just talking about this the other day. I think we had heard the quote from Mike Tyson or someone said that, it's like one thing to be one of the great fighters, but to be a coach, you have to have that ability to motivate and make that connection. It sounds like he's got that with you.
Yeah, man, to be honest, that's the way I kind of see John, man. He's my Custody motto. And we and him just have that bond. He can give me a look, and I can already tell what he wants me to go out there and do. Every time I go out into a fight, he always tells me, he's like, man, this reminds me of the time that for my last fight, I was walking out, and he's like, man, you know what this reminds me of? And I was like, what's up, man? He's like, whenever TJ fought Mike Stump in the UFC, he's like, go out there and do it. And we'll be back in the UFC, sometime soon.
Awesome.
So speaking of the UFC, do you have a goal, a career goal you're going towards? Would you like to get into the UFC or Bellator? Is that the end game for you?
Man, so right now I'm 3-0. And then after next week, I'm taking this dude out, man. I'm not looking past him, but I just know I have the skill set to beat him. But the ultimate goal in all this is, to make it to one of the big shows, whether it be Bellator or the UFC, whichever one, comes knocking first. Either way, I can see myself being a champion in both organizations. You know, I'm a big 135er. You know, these guys that I'm watching nowadays, man, they're lacking the jujitsu and the wrestling aspects of all. Everyone thinks they're a striker nowadays, man, and I feel as though I have what it takes to go in there and just, you know, work my way up through the rankings, whether it be UFC or Bellator. But I'm ready for whatever promotion calls me first, and I'm staying ready. I'm never get out of shape. I'm always in the gym working, and it's improving on all my weaknesses. And man, I'm just a workhorse, man. I love this sport. I love this game, and I can't stop because I know there's someone out there, you know, working twice as hard as me, and I got to work 3 times as hard as them, so I can just go in there and just make them look as average as possible.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's that championship mentality right there. That's
Yes,
what I
sir.
like to hear. Hell yeah.
I think might have been Connor and maybe Michael Jordan too. Both said something about it's like not just about like the skill. It's like I'm more obsessed with this than anybody else, and I feel like I see that passion coming from you right now, man.
Yeah, I'm obsessed, man. My family, my girlfriend get mad at me from time to time, man, because all I want to do is just be out there just training. So I got to slow things down. So I got to slow things down a little bit and make time for all them.
Absolutely balanced. But I got to ask you. So that's like my next question. Training. How about some shine on who are some of these training partners you have here that work with you and push you?
Man, so I got some young, hungry, talented fighters, and I have some veterans that train with me. So my main training partner for this fight camp was his name's Lee Fergoso, and he just fought last week for Peak Fighting, and he's supposed to have fought for a belt, man, but he missed weight by I think a pound or two, so he didn't win his belt, but he went out there and won first round rear naked choke, and he's a 4-0 now as an amateur, and he's working his way up through the amateur rankings. You know, he's a tough, solid teammate to have. You wouldn't expect you just, you know, if you just see this guy on the street, you'd be like, man, this guy looks like some nerdy dude, man. But man, behind all that, he's a talented, he's a hell of a fighter, and I'm excited to see where his career is going. And another teammate that I have, his name's John Giannis, and he's in my weight class, and he's like a brother to me. He fights for Fury Fighting Championship, and man, I think he's a knockout of the night winner, 2-time fight of the night winner. No, yeah, 1-time knockout of the night winner and 2-time fight of the night winner. And man, he's solid. He's well rounded. You know, he has that same fire and spark that I have, and he's like a brother to me. Another training partner that I have, he's a heavyweight dropping down to lightweight, and he's Heath Carroll. And that dude's like a brother to me, man. Like he's always in the gym with me whenever Lee's not there, and he's always just, you know, grinding with me. And then another one, Louis Luna. You know, Louis has fought, you know, all over the world. He's a West Texas legend. And man, I'm trying to think of some more. I'm sorry if I can't remember their names right now.
That's all right, man. You got quite an array of training partners. I mean, you know, it sounds like you got different people pushing you. You got heavy, veterans. I'm hearing 4-0. You're 3-0. So
yeah,
you know, it's great.
Yeah, it's important to have those guys pushing you, you know, to get you to the next level for sure.
Oh man, those dudes beat my ass, man, just about every day, and I appreciate like all the work that they give me.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So you're fighting in LFA right now, right? What do you think separates you from the other LFA bantamweights? Obviously you have a, you know, that mentality we're talking about. You know, you got a passion for the sport. What else do you think separates you?
Man, what separates me from what I've seen so far from some of their bantamweights, you know, it looks like they don't, this is me probably just being biased, but like I can tell whenever people don't train as hard as me. I can tell these guys are kind of like part timers, man. Like they're only in the gym whenever they need to get ready for a fight. Whereas me, I'm in the gym every single day, 5 days out the week, sometimes even 6, man. And this is whenever I'm not even in fight camp, I'm doing this on the daily. And then, you know, I could just see, man, these guys, like I said, they think they're all strikers, man, but they're lacking that jujitsu discipline and that wrestling discipline, and that's where I'm coming to expose all of them. You know, there's a 135 on the fight card that I'm on, LFA 144. There's a title fight going on, so I'm gonna have to watch these guys real carefully because, you know, I'm gunning for that. I'm gunning for that LFA title first, and I'm just watching these dudes. I'm not really too sure on what their names are, but I'm watching them because I'm coming to take that belt away from whoever wins it. You know, I don't know, man. I just see myself just beating out all the competition. Like these guys they just don't train as hard as me, man. They don't have the skill set that I have. They don't have the mindset that I have. They're not disciplined, and I'm ready to expose every single one of them.
How do you like on the mental game? Are there things you do to focus mentally? So, like, if you're in adverse situations in a fight, are there things that you guys do in the gym or you do to help prepare you for that?
For the mental aspect, there's a lot of things that go on in the gym, that help me out with that. Like for my last LFA fight, I got put in a darce choke for about maybe a minute, and man, my teammates always snag me. They always snag me up in bad submissions like that, and it's my duty as a fighter to weather the storm, calm myself down and just figure out on how to get myself out of those bad positions. And then my last fight too, man, like I got clipped pretty good in the first round, first opening minute, and I had to calm myself down and just weather the storm like I always do. Uh, I got clipped, but I never got hurt, and I just had to wait out the storm. Dude came out real hard, and I just had to take my time with certain things. And then the fight before that, I fought this dude Moses Oropeza, and he'd headbutted me in the first round and split my nose in half. And of course, when some people see blood, they freak out. But I just had tunnel vision that whole fight. The dude split my nose in half, cut my eye open. But I just had to just keep on pushing no matter what, because I don't train all this hard, man, to go out there and give up and lose. It's just something that I just can't do, man. I can't allow another person to outwork me and outdo me. I see myself as a champion, so you gotta show them that champion mentality even in the later rounds or even when things get hard.
Yeah, that fight I just watched recently. That was a great fight. It seemed like your hard work in the gym really paid off on that one. I felt like you were pushing the pace, really pressuring him, and it worked on him, and he faded pretty early on. You were able to get him out of there.
Yeah, man, that was a really tough fight because we fought in Texarkana. We had to drive. It was a 10-hour drive to get to Dallas because the roads were frozen over. So I was having a I really didn't have I had about a couple hours to cut weight, man, because we didn't get into Dallas until about 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and then the next morning we had to get to weigh-ins. So we kind of had a bad cut, and then I was fighting injured, and then just going through all the things that I had to go through in that fight. Getting my nose busted, only using pretty much one hand, and then dude had a lot of hype behind him too. He was
Oh yeah.
a former champion, going pro. The crowd wasn't with me. Commentators they weren't with me.
Commentators definitely were not with you.
Yeah, so
that was the first thing I noticed watching that
man,
fight.
they wanted him to win so bad, man, to make a successful pro debut off me. But I just couldn't allow it, man. I couldn't allow myself to have that defeat on my record. Your stocks go up. The more wins you get, your stock goes up, and that zero behind my winning record means a lot to me, and I just have to just keep on trucking so I can get to the big shows eventually.
Yeah, yeah. I was super impressed in that fight, especially like you said, with everything going against you. To overcome those things so early in your pro career, that's a great sign going forward for sure for adversity.
Yeah,
so
it was a tough one, man, but we got him out of there.
Yeah, yeah, that was a good one. So are there any dream matchups you see? You could go back in time. You talked about, you followed the UFC for a long time. Is there any other bantamweights, that you really wish you could get in there with?
Or anyway,
Past, present,
Man, so some of the past fighters that I wish I could get in there with would have to be man, Jose Aldo. He just Formerly, he just recently retired. Man, I'd like to get a crack at him, but
Yeah.
I can't anymore, man. He just retired, but that'd be one fight that I'd love to have. Man, Dominic Cruz. I've always been a Dominic Cruz fan, and
Oh yeah.
he's still active right now, man. Hopefully, I can get in there and get him before he goes out. Man, I'd like to fight Aljamain Sterling, Peter Yan, and Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's Demetrius Johnson.
Oh, Mighty Mouse. Yeah.
Man, Hiroguchi, who fights in Rising.
Yep.
Man, I want to fight Sergio Pettis. I think that'd be a really fun one.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great matchup. Watching your guys' styles for sure.
Man, he's a little bit shorter, man, but he's real crafty, and he's a Bellator champ right now. Man, I'd like to fight TJ Dillashaw too, man. I want to fight all these guys, man.
Yeah.
We say it all the time. The Bantamweight division is just like an embarrassment of riches when it comes to like how many good 135 pounders are there, which I think is great. Like it's like for you that means there's a lot of good people you're going to get to train with, work with, and you'll just get better. And what an opportunity.
Yeah, man. Like, man, just think about like how far the UFC's came in like the last 10 years. The bantamweight division wasn't really too stacked like it is right now. Like all these fighters have improved over the years, man, and now they're all killers. They're all well rounded. But that's what excites me, man, because I don't want any easy fights. I want to fight the best of the best. That's the whole reason why I got in this sport, man. I want to fight the Jose. I want to fight the TJ Dillashaws, the Aljamain Sterlings, the Peter Yans. I want to fight all those guys, man. And in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. Now I'll go through all those guys, man, and take them all out if need be.
Where did you get your work ethic from? You feel like, or maybe from a few people, like because you got a strong work ethic. It sounds like.
Man, so my brother Jesse, he used to fight as an amateur with me, starting out. And man, he's the one that got me into training like boxing and all that. And I always used to just come home from school. I was in middle school probably, and I'd come into my room. The first thing you do is you just want to go home and play video games. Well, he'd be in my room doing push-ups and sit-ups, and then he'd be like, "Man, you want to go out for a run?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess let's go." And we'd go get a run in. He'd be like, "Man, you want to get some boxing in?" Like, heck yeah, let's get some boxing in. And we do like a whole 5-hour workout. And I think that's where I get, my work ethic from. Just seeing him. Even like whenever I go to track practice in middle school, we used to take a bus to our high school, and I'd always see my brother. He'd be, warming up right next to like a fence by himself. And then next thing you know, he'd be out running by himself. And I'm like, man, why does he do stuff like that, man? He's a little crazy. And then yeah, man, I get my work ethic from my brother, and I guess my dad and my mom. My dad and my mom are both really hard workers. Just seeing them, still out, working their jobs. My dad's a workhorse, man. My dad will work all week. He'll get home on the weekend and just work some more. Like he ain't got no chilling, man. He just loves to work. And I kind of just see that, and I'm like, dang, man, I can't let this old man outdo me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of where I get my work ethic from, is those three people right there.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so obviously great work ethic. You love being in the gym all the time, right? Well, you got to rest sometimes, right? It's part of the game. So you got any other hobbies outside of training and fighting?
Man, I'm barely starting to find hobbies that I enjoy. Like it's taken a while because, man, that's what I live for. I just eat, sleep, and train. But a couple of hobbies that I've acquired over these last couple of months, man. I got a new dog. I got a bully, and his name's Bruce. I like to take him out on walks.
Nice.
It might sound a little boring, man, but going out going out in like nature and all that, going out into the boonies, the country, kind of just leave my phone behind and just let my dog just run loose. And that's kind of how I wind down a little bit. And then of course I like to spend time with my girlfriend. Me and her, we just chill out, watch movies, play video games, go out for coffee dates, and I like to hang out with their family too. They're all real nice and welcoming towards me. And man, every now and then I like to go out too, go out and have a few drinks with my friends, catch up with them. And it's kind of just, what I like to do. Spend time with family, play board games.
Mm-hmm.
My kind of guy, man.
Yep.
So just nice hangout, boring. We don't need a.
Yeah, man. Like I'm just a normal chill dude, man. I like to play video games every now and then.
What games you like to play? What games you play?
Man, I'm waiting for Modern Warfare 2 to come out. I'm ready for that one. Man, I play a lot of man. I got a Nintendo Switch, so I got back into Mario Odyssey. I haven't beat that game yet.
Oh yeah.
I play a lot of Smash Bros. Whenever I'm around my brothers and all that. What other games? Oh, man, Red Dead Redemption 2. I was playing that for a while. I beat it, and I was like, dang it, man, I was going to do all the side missions. And what other games do I like? Man, I jumped back into Cold War because I really haven't played a Call of Duty in a while. I'm waiting for that Modern Warfare 2 to come out.
Yeah,
so
gotta shake that rust off, right?
Yeah, I was like, man, I can't get Modern Warfare 2, man, and just have a sucky KDR, so I got to get back good at it.
Yeah.
Bonus question before I ask you the final question here. Bonus question: favorite movie?
Oh man, can I do
That's
like a
tough question?
Yeah, top 5. Yeah, you can tell me some 5 actually. Yeah.
All right, top 5. Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh hell yeah, that's a great movie.
Man, that's one of the greatest movies ever. I don't care.
Yeah,
anyone
underrated.
Says Kung Fu Hustle is that's the best damn movie ever.
That's a great movie.
Goodfellas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, Paid in Full. That's a really good one. Man, any Adam Sandler movie, you gotta go with Adam Sandler, man.
Comedy. I love it.
Classic.
Let's see, dang, what's another one that I like? Man, dang it. Man, you can't go wrong with Scarface, man.
There you go. Yeah, we threw some extra questions at you here. That's not all fights. We got to relax you before the big fight.
Yeah.
So, one last thing that I guess, anything you want to talk coming up? Favorite? I'm stuck with favorite. Any promotion for anything else you got coming up? Your fight? You want to tell people about that? And maybe any sponsors you want to shout out? Go right ahead. The floor is yours.
All right. So October 14th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, I'm fighting Adamu Issa. He's got a lot of hype behind his name, and I plan on just going out there and just, making him look as average as possible. I'm in this game for one thing, that's to be the greatest of all time. And in order to get to that position, I have to take out the man that's in front of me. I'm not looking past him by any way, shape, or form, but I got to go in there and rip his head off, man, and bring it back home with me to Texas. I'm as humble as they come. I'm a workhorse. I got a lot of great people behind me. I have the whole city of Lubbock behind me, Loveland, Texas, Plainview, Amarillo, Earth, Texas, Hart, Texas. This guy's only got, a whole city behind him. Man, I got towns and surrounding areas behind me. And, I got to take him out. After that, I just got to just keep on working my way up. Sponsors, I like to shout out Klein Electric, Perseverance Athletic Apparel, Cody's Coins and Bullion, Idalou Dental for helping me out with my mouthpiece, man. Out of This World Gunshot, man. There's a few other ones in there that I really can't remember right now, but man, all of y'all have helped me out so much, and I really just appreciate y'all rocking with me. Man, if you guys can tune in. I just plan on taking this dude out, man, and just making him look as average as possible. I like to shout out my gym as well. Victory Combat Sports Academy in Lubbock, Texas, Woodrow Road. You guys have treated me really, really well these last 6-7 years, man. I can't thank y'all enough, man, for just rocking with me and this all my friends, family, everyone from around here. Thank y'all so much.
Awesome, man. And hey, one more question, because we had somebody in the comments. I thought maybe you'd like this one. Favorite fight song to come out to?
Oh man, I've had the same walkout song since I was 18 years old, man. It's Kodak Black, Lockjaw. And that fight song, man, it can't change. That's history right there, man. Every time I hear that walkout is, it's just nostalgic. I just think about my first time walking out to the cage, and I was 18 years old.
Yeah, locks you in.
I'm 24 right now, man, and I'm only getting older in this game.
I love it. All right, Mateo, thank you so much for your time. Stick around for 1 minute, but thank you so much for doing this, and we appreciate you, man. And good luck the 14th. We know you got this.
I appreciate